Coach's comments following tonight's contest, a 4-3 loss at the hands of the Tri-City Storm here in Kearney. Coach, overall thoughts from tonight's another back-and-forth contest this weekend?
Well, we gave one away, and that's on us. Not going to beat anybody when you give up 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal, and you know, we got a lot of learning to do. We were pretty bad in the second period, and maybe worse in the third, and so they didn't give up. They just kind of kept plugging, and their goalie just kept making saves, and that's how you win a hockey game at home. You just have belief and you don't quit, and unfortunately for us, we got pretty complacent. We had a lot of guys that were pretty underwhelming today with their effort and their performance, and you get that type of result when you get that type of work.
Josh Polak and Jackson Rude both able to find the back of the net for the first time this season. You mentioned, again, reiterating the points earlier, you wanted that depth scoring to come on. Back-to-back nights where you guys, like Hirschfeld and Jans come in on the scoring, and then Kohanski as well. And now, of course, Polak and Rude getting them in the back of the net. Depth scoring starting to become a thing for you.
Yeah, those guys aren't supposed to be depth scorers. That's our first round and second round phase 2 draft picks. Those guys are supposed to be part of our guys that are creating and scoring every night. And I have a feeling that's going to happen. There's a transition to the league that takes time, and Ruder's coming out of high school hockey, and Josh Polak's coming out of a lower level of junior hockey, and so it takes some time to get adjusted. But those guys were not a part of the issue tonight. They played really well. They competed, and they got rewarded for their effort.
Short week. You go into this next week of practice before you play a Thursday, Friday, Saturday season series 2 against Sioux City, 1 against Omaha. How do you attack that? I know it's very early, but coming off of a loss like this, but having that short week, do you feel like that benefits you guys getting a chance to go out there earlier, or do you feel like it kind of mixes things up a little for you?
Well, we as a group need to make some choices. We're 4-6 in our first 10, which isn't good enough. And now we're 0-1 in game number 1 of the second 10-game frame. So either we're going to decide that we're going to be average, which you win a couple, you lose a couple, you're a couple games over 500, you're a couple games under 500. Maybe you sneak in the playoffs, get knocked out in the first round, or we're going to decide that our identity and our compete and our character and our culture matter. And if we do that, then this team is capable of being a team that can be in the top 3 in this conference. But there's going to need to be some soul-searching from our leaders, because those guys have been carrying us, and I thought they were equally as bad tonight as they have been good in the last couple weeks. And so, it's not about production. It's about doing things the right way. And we need to be able to defend. We gave up too many extended D-zone possessions tonight. We had the same issues on our transition defending that we talked about before the game. We watched PK forecheck clips. I highlighted and circled and arrowed exactly what was going to happen on their first goal. Exactly. And then we went ahead and we didn't do it. And so, as a coach, that's as frustrating as it gets. When you identify something, you talk to the players about it, you show them video, and then they go out and they're on their own page. And so, we got to learn. We got to learn. But you don't get to lose 30 games in this league and be a contender, and we've already got 7 in the wrong column, so we probably need to figure out a way to recognize the importance and the urgency early on in the season.
Coach, thank you very much. We'll talk to you again later this week. We're going to take a break, and we're going to call it a night here from the Vieiro Center as the Stars lose tonight, 4-3 your final score here in Kearney against the Tri-City Storm. For Rocky Russo, my name is Alexander Fern, saying so long. Have a great rest of your night, and we will see you later this week on Lincoln Stars socials and next week on the Lincoln Stars Hockey Network.